check that I have sound. It looks like the microphone's working, which is fab. Let me just check that I can see your comments, which is awesome. How is everyone today? Wow. I had great fun this morning trying to get my live set up because it's so blimmin' dark. And as you can probably tell, I am not in my normal place where I record my videos. We're actually down in our apartment in Hastings, and it is wet and dark and nasty. And well, I say nasty, actually, I really like it. It's chucking it down with rain. I can see the sea. The waves are big. It's a little bit windy, and actually, it's my favorite weather. I prefer it to the sun. But it makes recording videos really difficult because the lighting is not right, and I have to bring mobile stuff with me because I don't have it set up in my studio like I do at the home office. One of those is this. Like, can you see it? It's like a lightsaber. It's super cool. But I got a couple of those, and they weren't working where I was sitting before. They just gave me shadow, and I'm a bit of a one when it comes to lighting and when it comes to sound. So they're the two things that I want to be really good. And I've had a problem with it this morning. So at 8 o'clock in the morning UK time, I'm struggling with my studio, which is not really a studio. It's my front room. But there we go. Anyway, I am here and welcome. Good morning to you all. It's just gone 8 o'clock on Tuesday, the 25th. I had to look and see what the date is, 25th of August. And things are pretty cool. Things are pretty cool. I feel like people are getting back to work now. I feel like everyone's head is getting back in the game. Although many of us are like, oh my gosh, we need school uniform for the children. They haven't been to school for 6 months and they have completely outgrown last year's school uniform. So my number one son no longer goes to school. He finished his A-levels this year. And number two daughter, or number one daughter, morning Ian, how you doing? Number one daughter, she goes back to school in September, and we need to organise school uniforms. So that's quite stressful. But other than that, business is ticking along quite nicely. And I'm noticing that with you guys as well. I'm noticing that now you're getting people who are engaging again with you. Their head is back in the game. Conversations aren't just around COVID. They're around, they're starting to be more around business growth. It's no more about how do I save my business. It's now I'm trying to feel a bit more stable. How do I grow my business? And they're the conversations that you're having with people. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty exciting for you. I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of people say actually they want to leave industry or they want to leave the firm that they're working for and set up on their own. Now that we have seen a huge change in thinking, in the mindset of how you can actually start your own business from home. You can use a computer, you can use a lightsaber for lighting when you do your videos. You know, there's lots of things that make it very easy now to start your business, and I've seen a huge shift with lots of accountants wanting to do that. So super excited for you. Now, one of the problems that we're going to have as we're looking at growing our practice is actually how do we get those clients, but more importantly, how do you get those good clients? And I have been doing a series of content marketing videos to help you understand how to use content marketing to really get those high value clients and attract them towards you. And in the previous videos I've done 3 videos on content marketing already. We've covered 3 key things. We've looked at who is your ideal client and where do we find them. We've looked at how can we build a bank of really good content so that you don't wake up in the morning going, oh, what do I post today? Then we've looked at mapping out the content and how far ahead you should be mapping. And actually, it's not a year. Okay, before COVID hit, I would have said to you guys, map out a year's worth of content. No, let's just plan 6 weeks in advance. We've got no idea what Boris is going to do with the business world. We don't know what's going to be suggested. We don't know what's going to happen with COVID. We've got no idea what Trump is going to turn around and do. We've got no idea what's happening in Australia. So let's just plan out 6 weeks worth of content. Let's not look at the entire year because we're just going to have to throw it all out and it's a waste of time. So they're the 3 things that we've looked at in our previous videos. If you want to look at those videos, you'll find them on my social media. But for ease, I suggest you go to my YouTube, Amanda C. Watts, and there you will have them all listed out nicely for you. Today, I want to talk about How do we get content out there so that you don't have to wake up every single morning going, oh, I need to post something. What am I going to post? Or, I've forgotten to do this. Oh my gosh, I forgot to send out my video. Or I forgot to send out my update. Oh, I haven't posted on LinkedIn today. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And what I want you to think about is scheduling. Okay, so I said about planning out 6 weeks in advance. There are some amazing tools out there that enable you to schedule your content. And if you've listened to my previous videos, you've heard about me putting together your cadence of all the different content that you want to send out. Now we're going to schedule your content. And what you do is you schedule it once, you spend a couple of hours scheduling the next 6 weeks, and then you press schedule. And you know what? Miraculously, it all goes out beautifully, as long as the tools don't break. Sometimes Buffer stops working, sometimes Hootsuite stops working. You need to keep an eye on it. So what we do is we use a scheduling tool. Once you've mapped out your content, once you've mapped out how many times a day you're going to post, you're going to write updates for all of the social media info that you want to go out. Now, we use an Excel spreadsheet. And on this Excel spreadsheet, we will write down a blog, and then we'll put a little bit of blurb at the beginning of that blog. We'll put a link, a URL link in the Excel spreadsheet, all in one of the boxes in Excel. And it's a copy and paste job into Buffer. Okay, we use buffer.com. There's another one called Hootsuite. There are plenty of different apps that you can use for scheduling. The reason I like Buffer is because it's super, super simple and it's really inexpensive. Like, we pay for the paid for version, and I think it costs us about $10 a month. Now that's really great because we've got maybe 2 Amanda C. Watts on Facebook. We've got Marketing for Professional Advisors group. We've got 4 Twitter accounts, 5 Twitter accounts. We've got 2 LinkedIn accounts, and we post all of that from Buffer. So we schedule our content into Buffer, and we press schedule, and you know what? It miraculously goes out. It's rather cool. And, things happen, and we get interaction with the content, and we can wake up in the morning. The whole team knows that they don't have to worry about content today. Whole team bar me, because I have to show up live. Okay, so they know that as long as they've scheduled everything in Buffer, things are going to go out, and they're going to get a happy Amanda who goes, hey, the content's going out. That's fantastic. All right, so what you do is you schedule your content. Now you put it into an Excel spreadsheet, and we've probably got maybe 500 updates now in this Excel spreadsheet, maybe even more. And every time you create another blog, or every time you do a video, or every time you find yourself with a creating an image with a quote on it or something like that, you put it in the Excel spreadsheet, you put a link to that image so it's easy for you to find, and then you just copy and paste it into Buffer. And every time you get new content, you add it to the Excel spreadsheet. You don't add it to Buffer yet, you add it to this Excel spreadsheet. Now, the reason why I want you to do this is because when it comes to growing your accounting firm, as soon as you have a few clients, I don't want you doing this yourself. I've spoken to you before about making sure that you work on the right things in your firm. You have $10 tasks, you have $100 tasks, you have $1,000 tasks, and you have $10,000 tasks. And scheduling updates in Buffer is a $10 task. So the reason why you put it in an Excel spreadsheet, or find a way to list it yourself, is so that you can outsource it once you have tried and tested the process yourself. Okay, so we're really clear on who our ideal client is. We're really clear on their pains and their frustrations, their fears, frustrations, their wants, their aspirations. We know exactly what keeps them up at night. We then decide to go out and we look around and we get content to back up everything that we want to say about those fears, frustrations, wants, and aspirations. We get statistics, we get quotes, we get research, we do all of that, and we make sure that we have content for that. We then decide, how are we going to actually post our content? Is it going to be 3 times a day on Twitter? Is it going to be once a day on Facebook? You decide that. You create your LinkedIn and your Facebook and your Twitter and your Instagram cadence. Then you schedule it. So step 4 is scheduling. You use something like Buffer or Hootsuite to schedule, but prior to that, you put it all in an Excel spreadsheet to make it really easy for you to copy and paste it into the platform. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about the platform. There is no best platform. There is a platform that works for you with your budget and with how easy you find that it works. Okay. There isn't a lot of difference between all of them. You just need to find the ones that you find that you're able to use yourself, that you're very comfortable with. Like I say, we like Buffer, other people like Hootsuite. There are plenty of them out there. All right. But the key to it is not the scheduling in Buffer. It's putting it into a spreadsheet of some kind so that you can copy and paste it into the scheduling tool. But more importantly, so that you can outsource it, so that we have people doing your $10 tasks so that you can sit in the $1,000 tasks and the $10,000 tasks. Now, the $1,000 tasks and $10,000 tasks are things like creating the content, speaking with prospects, making sales. They're the high value tasks in your accounting firm, not the scheduling in Buffer. So just be a little bit aware that if you find yourself doing that and you have the money to outsource it, you should not be doing it. You should be outsourcing that. And we have a huge team actually that do loads of our admin stuff. We have different people for different sections. We don't just have one person who schedules all of our stuff. We have lots of people doing little bits for our admin, and it doesn't cost us a lot to do. It's just about having standard operating procedures in place, and it's about making sure that we articulate what we want them to do, and it really, really makes a difference. Okay, so step 4 is schedule, but the important part of scheduling is to have the sheet, the Google Sheets or the Excel spreadsheet with a list of all of your updates, so it's really super easy. Let me know what you think about this video. Comment, like, share it, please share it with lots of people. Let's really change the accounting profession. Let's get you sharing some amazing content, positioning yourselves as vital accountants so that you can then attract those high value clients and you can have the firm that you truly desire and the freedom that you deserve. You work so blooming hard, you study so very much to really understand how to do this. I'm going to call it stuff, but it's accounting work. I can't do it. You can do it. You know, you're super valuable. The only way you can share that you are valuable is to provide valuable content so people can see it before they reach out and buy from you. So keep going with this content marketing. It is important. It's there to help position you. And yeah, if you would like some help with it, then have a look at the Content Lounge. The Content Lounge is open right now. So I'm going to put a link on this video to the Content Lounge. It would be great to have you join us. It's where we train you how to do content marketing for your accounting, CPA, CFO, or bookkeeping firm. I'll catch up with you all soon. See you later. Bye-bye. Or not, as the case may be. I can't find the thing. Still going live, and finish. See you later.